In 1939, Adolf Hitler invaded Czechoslovakia, and what happened was typical of Nazi occupation. Populations were brutalised, people were sent to death in concentration camps, and just like everywhere that the Nazis invaded, people didn't take it lying down. In Czechoslovakia, they really didn't take it lying down. Now, in order to subjugate the Czechs, Hitler sent in Reinhard Heydrich, and it turned out that he was the architect behind the final solution. So you know this guy was a nasty piece of work. He was the one that brutalised the Czech population, rounding up Jews, sending them to death camps, rounding up the fit and able-bodied and sending them to work in the labour camps. And of course the Czechs didn't take this lying down. Now, between 1940 and 1942, the Czechoslovak Free Army were headquartered at Harrington House, which has since been demolished, unfortunately, but the current Spa Centre stands there. And for 2 years they trained. They trained in espionage, sabotage, and they trained as paratroopers, which is why the fountain is shaped up like it is. That is a parachute, in case you couldn't see that. In the spring of 1942, the 7 men who were named on the fountain made a covert drop into Prague, where they met up with members of the underground resistance movement. And there they worked on a plan on how to take out General Heydrich. And on the morning of May 27th, 1942, they carried out their attack. Now, as General Heydrich was a close confidant of Hitler's, he had regular meetings with him and therefore travelled a familiar route on the way to the airport. And that was where the attack took place, on a sharp bend on the way to the airport. Now, during the attack, Josef Gabčík levelled his Sten gun at the car at point-blank range. Unfortunately, the gun jammed, so his backup man, Jan Kubis, rolled a grenade under the car, and, well, it didn't kill the general, unfortunately. The blast injured him, but it didn't kill him. Grenade splinters ended up in his leg and in his lower back, injuring him. And what followed was a Wild West style shootout with machine guns and grenades against his bodyguards, and the 2 men managed to escape, one on foot and one by bicycle. The mission ended up being successful, though, as General Heydrich ended up getting septicemia from his wounds and died a week later. So, like I said, they really didn't take the occupation lying down. The death of General Heydrich marks the only assassination of a Nazi official to take place during World War II. We know about the attempted assassination on Adolf Hitler, but that didn't work out. Now, unfortunately, whilst the men made a getaway from the scene, they were hidden away by the resistance in an Orthodox church. They were hiding in the crypts, but their location was betrayed, and, well, the church was besieged by about 700 SS, and each man fought until their last bullet, which they ended up using on themselves rather than being captured. In tribute to all the Czechoslovakia soldiers, airmen and patriots who fell in World War II, from Royal Leamington Spa in 1941, volunteers from the Free Czechoslovak forces stationed in town were parachuted to their homeland to rid it of the tyrant protector SS General Heydrich. Two of them, Jan Kubis and Joseph Gabik, accomplished their mission in May 1942. They and their companions laid down their lives for freedom. Now there's a saying that I like. It is that cowards die 1,000 times, but the brave die once. And gentlemen, what a way to go. Thank you.